The five-spin method is one of the most talked about slot strategies among seasoned players. So today we're going to break down exactly what it is, how it works, and why many experienced gamblers believe it can improve the way you approach slot machines. But did you guys know you could be making way more from playing at casinos and gambling? At first, I kept losing, until I discovered it wasn't my skill or the games I was playing that was the problem. It was where I was playing that was the problem. After using the online casinos listed on onlinecasinohub.org, my win rate has gone up significantly. Not only that, but I started with just a small amount of $300 to test out one of their casinos. They gave me a bunch of free spins and a great deposit bonus, and with those alone, I got an extra $2,500 for free. And I've won over $50,000 in total since starting with their online casinos, and it's only been a few months. Basically, the website is like the best source of information on online casinos on the internet, and they share with you the most trustable online casinos, with instant payouts, big deposit bonuses, and free slots and giveaways. Also, they automatically detect what country you're from to find the best online casinos for you, so make sure you don't use a VPN when visiting the site, otherwise they will give you the wrong casinos. Also, you can pick if you want the casinos to use real money or only be crypto casinos, which is pretty neat as well. Either way, this website has changed my gambling experience so much, and I'm finally making money with online gambling, and highly recommend that you guys all go to onlinecasinohub.org now and get started with their top online casinos. But as a passionate gambler, this site's list and information has made me win so much more money, and I'm so happy to share it with you guys. Check out in the pinned comment below or just type in Online Casino Hub on Google to find it. This strategy has been circulating for years, and while it sounds almost too simple at first, there's an interesting idea behind it that's worth exploring. According to popular casino lore, the five-spin method traces its roots back to the late 1990s. The story goes that it originated in a Detroit hotel casino around 1999. A longtime slot player was stuck in what felt like an endless losing streak. He spent countless hours on the floor, moving from machine to machine, rarely seeing any meaningful wins. Over time, he struck up a friendship with a slot technician who worked at the casino. They would talk during breaks, share meals, and exchange stories about the casino floor. After months of watching his friend struggle, the technician finally shared an observation. He explained that during maintenance and testing, machines often paid out early to keep players engaged. He suggested a simple approach. Play a machine for only a handful of spins, and if nothing happens, move on. That advice became the foundation of what we now call the five-spin method. According to the story, the player tried it, adjusted his habits, and eventually landed one of the largest jackpots the casino had seen at the time. Whether or not every detail of that story is true, the concept behind it sparked a strategy that many players still experiment with today. At its core, the five-spin method is built on a simple theory. The idea is that many slot machines tend to trigger wins early in a session, especially within the first few spins. Casinos want players to feel rewarded quickly so they stay longer. The strategy suggests that instead of sitting on one machine for dozens or even hundreds of spins, you limit yourself to 5 spins per machine. If you hit a win within those spins, you cash out and move to another slot. If nothing happens, you leave and repeat the process elsewhere. This approach is meant to reduce the amount of time and money spent chasing losses on a single machine. Instead of committing to one slot and hoping it turns around, you're constantly rotating, looking for early spin momentum. It's a very different mindset compared to traditional slot play, where players often believe a machine is due after a long dry spell. To see whether this strategy had any practical value, we decided to test it ourselves. One of the appealing things about the five-spin method is that it doesn't require a massive bankroll. For our test, we worked with a budget of $500 and spread that across multiple online casinos and slot games. The results were interesting. Within roughly 25 minutes of play, we landed 2 significant wins, including a pair of jackpot hits. Each time a win occurred, we cashed out immediately and moved on to a new machine exactly as the strategy suggests. Because online jackpots often involve a short processing delay, this actually worked in our favor. While waiting for one win to process, we were already moving to the next game and continuing the cycle. What stood out most was how quickly we avoided extended losing streaks. By limiting play to 5 spins per machine, we prevented ourselves from sinking large amounts into any single slot. The strategy flips the usual approach on its head. Instead of staying put and hoping the machine pays out eventually, you secure small or medium wins early and leave before the odds grind you down. That said, the 5-spin method isn't a guaranteed system, and it's important to understand that slot outcomes are still random. This approach doesn't change the math behind the games. What it does change is your behavior as a player. It encourages discipline, constant movement, and a clear exit plan, which many players struggle with when emotions take over. It's also worth noting that the number 5 isn't set in stone. Some players experiment with 3 spins, others with 7 or even 10. The key idea is to avoid prolonged sessions on a single machine. If you decide to try this strategy, keep track of your results and adjust based on what feels comfortable for your budget and play style. One important reminder is not to confuse this with strategies that rely on camping one machine for long periods. That's an entirely different approach and one we'll cover in a future video. The 5-spin method is about short exposure, quick decisions, and moving on without hesitation. If you're interested in testing this strategy yourself without risking too much, there are casinos that offer welcome bonuses or free spins that can help stretch your starting balance. These can be useful tools when experimenting, as long as you understand the terms and conditions attached. If you found this breakdown helpful and want to see more guides like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss future content focused on smart slot strategies and responsible play. As always, remember that gambling should be treated as entertainment, not income. Only play with money you can afford to lose, set limits, and know when to walk away. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.